The fact is that the man considers himself limited, and there arises the trouble. The idea is wrong. He can see it for himself. In sleep, there was no world, no ego, no limited self, and no trouble. Something wakes up from that happy state and says, I. To that ego, the world appears. Being a speck in the world, he wants more and gets into trouble. How happy he was before the rising of the ego. Only the rise of the ego is the cause of the present trouble. Let him trace the ego to its source, and he will reach that undifferentiated happy state which is sleepless sleep. The self remains ever the same, here and now. There is nothing more to be gained. Because the limitations have wrongly been assumed, there is the need to transcend them. It is like the 10 ignorant fools who forded a stream and on reaching the other shore counted themselves to be 9 only. They grew anxious and grieved over the loss of the unknown 10th man. A wayfarer, on ascertaining the cause of their grief, counted them all and found them to be 10. But each one of them had counted the others, leaving himself out. The wayfarer gave each in succession a blow, telling them to count the blows. They counted 10 and were satisfied. The moral is that the 10th man was not God anew. He was all along there, but ignorance caused grief to all of them. Again, a woman wore a necklace round her neck but forgot it. She began to search for it and made inquiries. A friend of hers, finding out what she was looking for, pointed out the necklace round the seeker's neck. She felt it with her hands and was happy. Did she get the necklace anew? Here again, ignorance caused grief and knowledge happiness. Similarly, also with the man and the self, there is nothing to be gained anew. Ignorance of the self is the cause of the present misery. Knowledge of the self brings about happiness. Moreover, if anything is to be got anew, it implies its previous absence. What remained once absent mind might vanish again, so there would be no permanency in salvation. Salvation is permanent because the self is here and now and eternal. Thus, the man's efforts are directed towards the removal of ignorance. Wisdom seems to dawn, though it is natural and ever present. The visitor, while taking leave, saluted the master and said, It is said that the victim in the tiger's mouth is gone forever. The reference is to a passage in Who Am I, where it is stated that a disciple can never revert to the world after he has once fallen into the field of the Guru's gracious look, as surely as the prey in the tiger's jaws cannot escape.